Hello, I'm Thomas Andre, an instructor here at Benteh STEAM Academy in Wasilla, Alaska. For your crafting lesson, we'll be beading your very own Athabascan style necklace. In the previous video, we took a moment to unbag all of your materials. And in this video, we'll put it all together. Let's get started! At this point, you should have carefully unraveled your needle and sinew and laid out all 4 strands separately on the table in front of you. To start, we are going to take our first length of sinew and carefully thread it through the eye of the sewing needle we provided you. This may take a few tries to get it right. Otherwise, ask a grown-up for help. The hardest part that's going to be for you is tying your anchor bead close to the end. Then you go through your spacer, make sure it doesn't pop through. Then you go through your end cap. Move these to the other side. And then you follow your pattern, either your red, blue, or whatever colors that came in your kit. You'll have 2 different solid colors. Like for me, I'm starting with red. Even though that should be the other direction. Easiest way with hair pipe, stick the needle in the end and push the thread through, slide along the hair pipe to get to the needle, pull. That way you do not poke yourself. Mess up, just go backwards and you will not poke yourself, hopefully. It's rare if you do. I forgot a spacer. It's not like me to forget one of those. Here's your halfway mark. 10 ponies, 5 hair pipes, 5 spacers, 6 if you include the one that's holding your top row of your necklace together at the moment. Now we go to the glass beads. Which your glass beads may be different and color and size than what you see here in this video. Same method for your glass beads, so you do not poke yourself, is when you put it through, see how it sticks out? You just go to the end of your glass bead, pinch your needle, and pull it down. That is all the way up to your halfway mark, and then you start going the other direction. This is your finished row of beads. Now you have to reverse how you started out with your leather backing and then your stopper. And then you get to have fun with your very small anchor bead. Once you've tied off your end bead, you can then flap over both ends and kind of lay it down like this so all your spacers meet you, and that is one row of your necklace. And then I will show you the trick I did on this one when I start my next row here in a second. Fun part is always threading this needle. You might want to have your parents thread the needle for you if you're scared to do it. Which is just fine, because if I had my mommy here, I would have her thread this for me. So the trick that I didn't show you on the other one when I was tying off that end is I went back through the end bead, your anchor bead, and let me go a little bit further down. Pulled it tight, and instead of, so let's say this was inside, all I did was loop it around and pulled the needle back through again to where it stayed on that side of the bead and just anchored it down. Let me get that right. That side of the bead. Now for this row, you're going to repeat what you did with your first row with your pattern that you already have set out in front of you. So you'll go through your second row up, the next row up, on your spacer, your end cap. You're going to pull your anchor bead there to support, and then you're just going to follow your pattern for your second row. The only difference with this row is instead of adding leather spacers to it, you're going through the next row up on your spacer. After you gotten to this point, your blue tape that you had and your dowel, if you just stick your needle onto your blue tape and stick your dowel out past the end of your blue tape and re-wrap it on there, your needle will not poke you as easily now that if you just set it down. Now that we've gotten to this point where you have finished your strands of beads going across, now we need to put on your end ties. This one, you fold in half. Pull it through close to that hole. Repeat the other side. There's going to be a V inside of your end. You want to keep that V the same on both sides. And you'll actually just come up and go through there just nicely, won't you? And see how that nicely holds that end cap together? Now you just repeat on the other side. You're gonna pinch it in half, make like a U or a V. You're gonna pull it through. Try to keep the U or your V in the upward position. And then you're going to do the same thing through this piece. See how I have the V on both sides up? Then you can do through here, pull this to where it's like almost pulling all the way through. And there you go. Then your ties will match on both ends. And then once you are done, you do a simple knot, like so, and then it'll fit like that. This is your completed necklace.